New Year, Sud Squad! I can't believe it's 2024 and it's gonna be a year like no other. I just feel it in my bones. Today we're going to talk about branding because that is such an important part to start every year out of like what I'm going to do, what it's going to be for. I know I'm already going to be saying it for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, and what are the scents I'm going to be doing this summer, and what is going to be for, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and planning out everything that you need to do for your brand. So today is such a special day because I get to introduce you to the one and the only Michelle. I am so blessed to have her a part of my team, and I gotta just like rave about her a little bit and make her blush. So how I met Michelle was a couple years ago when I was looking for someone to help me put Bubble Factory on Amazon, and Bubble Factory looked like when it came to branding before I was able to meet Michelle. So Michelle came in and she started talking about it, and she was just so polite and everything, and didn't let me know that my branding was but she kind of just was sweet and good. And I was like, can you please help me? And then next thing I know, she gave me something that I didn't even know existed. She's like, so here's your brand book, and here's this part and this part and this part. I was privileged about a year ago. The contractor that she was working for called and asked me, do you want to hire Michelle? And I was like, answer to my prayers. Yay, I get to hire Michelle. So we got through that. So she's worked with me now for about a year. So even down to when we were doing the studio for the Soap Gal, the Pantone color of the bubble, I know what it is, or she knows what it is, I should say. So she totally did rebranding for the Soap Gal. Bubble Factory, I literally say it's her baby because she has done all the branding of the Bubble Factory, wholesale scents, and this year she's going to be doing all the rebranding for Rosebud's Bath Boutique. So you're going to be seeing her quite a bit explain about the importance of branding. And I just want you to know that I know you all make amazing soap, and you are amazing soap gals and guys, and you understand your product, but the most important part of a business is selling that product, and it has to do with branding. So that's the reason why I want to do this series and just have Michelle explain to you what she's able to do. So she has a degree, she has a passion for it. So Michelle, tell them who you are and why you love branding so much.
Hey everyone, I'm Michelle. I'm the brand development and design specialist here at the Soap Gal, and I basically work on defining how the brands feel and what our consumers think about our products and our service across the different brands. This entails making sure that the brand is consistent across all platforms and all applications, from our packaging to our Amazon page to our website to even our social media and our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Right? And also making sure that our consumer relates to us and we are making them feel the way we want to feel.
So she's going to go into a little bit more depth of like what our logos are, and then like what are the main things that you need to have as consistency.
So branding is not just about the logo and the colors, it's the essence of your brand. It helps you define who you are, why you're here, what you value most, and how you want to present this to your customers so you can build an audience that has the same values that you have.
So who is the customer for Soap Gal versus the customer for the Bubble Factory?
We have different brands here at the Soap Gal, and each of them represents something different. For example, the Soap Gal as a brand is Joanna. Everything that it is, from the colors to the avatar that we have right in our logo, is Joanna. Yes, and our audience, it's you, people that have been doing soap or want to start making soap and are wanting to educate themselves through the expertise of Joanna's years in the industry. When we go into the bubble factory, for example, our audience changes. Even though Joanna is behind the brand, we want to make sure that the factory is represented as well, that it's not just about Joanna anymore, it's about who is making the soap at the floor every day. And we even show that through our pictures and the freshness of the brand, the way we showcase our packaging, the way even the copy in our website,
yes,
right? Like,
yes.
we make sure that we don't talk about Joanna behind the brand. We make sure that we help people understand that there's a lot of Americans working under the brand.
American made soap. And then wholesale sense is about business to business. It's about the people who are not quite at the level of being able to do the minimums to be able to purchase it directly from Soap Gal, but we have something for them to be able to purchase and be able to get soaps and bath bombs and shower steamers in their store. So it don't really have a person behind that brand. It's about that customer.
So if you go into our wholesale sense page and you see our products, you can barely notice any branding. It is there, but it's hidden. We don't showcase. Our pictures are about our products because we want our customers to see their brand reflected in our products, right? Like, we want to make sure that they can see our raspberry vanilla soap bar as part of their own brand.
And that they can see their brand on that bar, that they don't see our brand, that they're just seeing the product so they can say, oh, this will work for me in my brand.
Yeah, so we've talked about all the different essence of our different brands, and this is important because throughout the applications that we've done for these brands, we make sure that our tangible elements, our graphic elements reflect what we've talked about, right? What we want to evoke in our customers and what our purpose is for each of the brands.
And consistency throughout that brand.
Yes.
So in future videos, because we're going to be making this as a series, that she's going to go through the brand book and explain why she did what and what is the yes and what is no, and then when you work with other agencies and people, what they expect to know. Michelle, what are the 3 core things that you need to focus on when you are creating a brand?
First and foremost is consistency. Making sure that whatever you do for your brand is consistent across every application, from packaging to your website to even your booth at the local market, right? The second thing that I would say is defining your target audience and ensuring that every time you create something for your brand, you are speaking to them and meeting their needs. And the third thing that I say is really important for branding is having at least a logo, a color palette, and the font that you use for your packaging, for your social media post, for your website, because this will ensure consistency.
I would also like to add tone. I think the way that you talk to your audience and the language that you use is very important, because it has to be the way that your target market speaks, so that they understand what you are, who you are, and what you are selling.
Once you define your target audience, you'll find that your tone can either be simple and friendly, or it can be educational and informative. So just making sure that it aligns with your brand and it aligns with your target audience. Like, if you want to, for example, that Soap Gal, we're informative, educational, but we're so friendly and playful, right?
Right.
Because that's what we want to represent.
Wonderful. I think those are some great tips. Where are some sources of where they can find, or is that what they need to have prepared when they talk to someone to help them with their branding, so that they know how to answer those questions?
So if you are working with someone that will help you develop your brand, I think the most important items to have beforehand is your mission, your vision, your purpose, and where you're planning to sell your product, what your product looks like. And I feel like those are the 5 main things that...
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. So I hope today you learned a little bit about branding. I'm excited about you being able to do some one-on-one with Michelle. I can't wait for you to learn more. And like I said, this is new year, new you. So let's give our businesses a glow up. So I'm looking forward to Michelle being able to help you do that. Please, if anything you want to know about branding, please leave questions below. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And remember, lather, rinse, profit, repeat.